Hello, all. Hope you are having a good day. Hope you are having a good semester. Isn't this a beautiful fall? Just love it. Well, we are in chapters 17, 18, and 19. Intimacy versus isolation. This is the stage of Erikson right after the adolescent stage, right after identity versus role confusion. And so we're going to be focusing on this stage for these chapters. Before we go on, there's nothing that is, I will say, kind of more interesting than having problems with a computer. And from time to time, I have all types of problems with my computer. Matter of fact, I clean my computer about every 30 days, malware bites, then I sweep it out and have various functions like that to clean out any and all of the bugs. We're getting a lot of material, unwanted material in our computers, and our browsers are trying to keep up with the unwanted material. So this is why it is necessary to update. Any program you have basically will need to be updated. Uh, how often do you update? I don't know, possibly every week on some of the material. I mean, it varies depending on the site, depending on what you are running. But it really takes a special approach now with the computers to keep them updated, to perform the way we want them to, and then sometimes they don't even perform the way they want to. I know that this is frustrating, but it's part of technology, is to keep the computers running, to go ahead and update them. I use Malwarebytes. I'm not recommending Malwarebytes. I'm just stating that I use it and talk about updates probably every 24, 36, 48 hours. There is a new update that comes out. And also with browsers, there's new updates that come out. So make sure that you have the latest version of all. Make sure that the bugs are swept out. And this is continual, just like, making your bed every day. You make your bed every day. You sweep the floors. You vacuum. You clean the kitchen sink. This is ongoing. Because if this isn't completed, things tend to build up. All right. We have 8 stages for Erikson. All of the stages, even though they're numbered differently, we have trust versus mistrust, autonomy versus shame and doubt. We are in intimacy versus isolation now. And then we will have 2 more stages after this stage. But all of these stages could be summed up. They're not summed up, but they could be summed up, because I think it's good to have the different names that Erikson has given the stages so we can focus in on some of the particular concerns. However, all of the stages could be summed up in this one phrase here: tempting to and working at towards making sense of our world. This starts at a very young age, and when I mean at a very young age, I am saying at a very young age, 2, 3, 4 days old. And this continues throughout a lifetime. But there is a different focus that is taken in each of the stages, and that's what Erikson really does a good job in describing some of the focuses that are taken. Well, we are emerging adults in this stage, or you are emerging adults. I really can't include myself in there. I'm kind of past it a little bit. But completing college, maybe sometimes even starting college, but completing college, looking at a career planning, marriage, because we're marrying at a younger, our society is marrying at an older age now. At one time, if we go back a long, long time ago, 16, 17, 18 years of age was the marrying age. Now we're around 25, 26 years of age for the marrying age. So we have career planning, we have marriage, preparing for adulthood. And these are all important concepts as we go through this. In forums, I have one forum there. Of course, you have your forums that pertain to the chapters, but I have one forum. Is our culture sexy? I've always wondered this. Here in the United States, is our culture sexy? I walk through the checkout stands at the grocery store or Walmart or wherever we walk through these grocery stands, and you read headlines that kind of reflect our culture. And I read the headlines. I feel as though that I may be the only person that reads the headlines, because I've asked individuals, do you read the headlines of some of the magazines, some of the tabloids, as you are checking out in the checkout counter? And no one really says that they read them. I'm going to say, yes, I read them. There is a purpose why they are placed where they are placed, and usually it's an impulse buying item, and people just reach and pick up the item and take it along. But 101 ways to blow his mind tonight. 25 things that she didn't know that would happen in one night. I mean, these are some of the headlines. So looking at the headlines, say, wow, what a sexy culture we have. Is it really sexy? And this is in forums here. Is our culture sexy? We have morals, we have philosophies, we are we are teaching sex ed at a younger age. And this is kind of interesting because one individual said instead of teaching sex ed or sex education, maybe we should be teaching morals. I think about 2.5 men. And if I had a show of hands, which I do in face-to-face class of the individuals that watch 2.5 men, invariably, most of the hands go up. And I haven't watched 2.5 men for quite some time, but I have watched it on occasion. They do not leave anything to the imagination. I mean, they say it as it is. So if you, excuse me, if you haven't watched it, it might be well to watch it. But anyway, in forums, what we're talking about is sexual behavior, and are we really a sexy culture, or are we basically a very ignorant culture as far as sexuality is concerned and intimacy? And it goes right along with what we have here in this chapter. If we compare our sexuality behaviors to those in other worlds, there's quite a difference, quite a disparity between the two worlds. So this is intimacy versus isolation. Check your videos. Remember that all of these can be summoned, all of the stages can be put together and making sense of our world. And that's basically what we're doing. I think that's what you may be doing. That's what I am doing. That's what teenagers are doing. That's what 6-year-olds are doing. We're all attempting to make sense out of our world. Okay, I hope you go through this and have one video flirtation for the assignment for this section here. I hope it doesn't offend anyone. And you go through this. You have a good day. Remember that this is the 6th stage, and we have stages 7 and 8 to complete. And this semester is over. And I want to thank you for your endeavors that you have done. I really appreciate the work that you put forth. So until the next video, we'll be seeing you.